Hello and welcome to TTV News, some latest event in the province and across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of May 14, 2025, under the chairmanship of Provincial Party Secretary and Chairman of the Provincial People Council Nguyễn Mạnh Hùng, Action Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee Nguyễn Hồng Thanh, and Chairman of the Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of the province Võ Đức Trọng, the 57th Conference of the Provincial Party Executive Committee will have to discuss the proposal for terminating the operations of former districts and commune-level party organization and establishing new commune-level party organization.
Presenting the draft proposal at the conference, the head of Provincial Party Committee's Organization Commission, Nguyễn TayNinhTV, stated that regarding the dissolution of former district-level party organizations, a total of 94 commune-level party organizations from the communes first and towns will be consolidated into 36 new ones based on the mergence of administrative units, and 226 party organizations currently under district-level party committees will be dissolved. 112 grassroots party organizations will be transferred to the party committees of Provincial Party Associations and Provincial People's Committee, and 20 grassroots party organizations under the current district-level party committees will be transferred to the commune or ward-level party organization after administrative restructuring, in accordance with the central guidelines. Regarding the dissolution of former communes-level party organization, 1,194 parties under 94 current commune-level party committees will be reorganized under 36 newly formed commune and ward-level party committees based on the new administrative units, and the new commune and ward-level party committees will be established directly under the Provincial Party Committee, named according to the new established administrative units after approval by the National Assembly Standing Committee. At the conference, the Provincial Party Executive Committee also expressed a strong consensus on the draft proposal.
On the afternoon of May 14, the survey delegations of the Provincial People Council, led by Mr. Nguyễn Việt Cường, Vice Head of the Culture and Society Committee of the Provincial People Council, conducted a survey of several educational institutions in TayNinhTV City.
During the working session, representatives from the Board of Management of the Provincial Ethnic Minority Boarding School reported that the school has faced difficulties in student recruitment since 2023 due to restrictions imposed by Circular No. 4 issued on February 23, 2023 by the Ministry of Education and Training. According to the circular, the scope of eligible applicants and recruitment areas has been significantly narrowed. Currently, only Hòa Hiệp commune in Tân Biên District remains within the recruitment zone. Furthermore, the expanded target of ethnic minority students from poor or near-poor households is very limited. Based on the school enrollment efforts and the actual education needs of ethnic minority parents, the school has proposed and recommended that the Provincial People's Committee revise the regulations to expand the recruitment areas. This will help stabilize annual enrollment efforts and ensure educational rights for ethnic minority students. The school has petitioned the province to continue expanding the recruitment zones to contribute to the training of ethnic minority human resources who can serve their local communities.
Meanwhile, on the afternoon of the same day, the Provincial People's Council inspection team worked at the vocational college. According to the report from the college every year, the enrollment work missed and exceeds the target. And however, the dropout rate remains high, especially among the students who graduate from secondary school and enter the labor market without completing their training programs. The teaching equipment is still lacking in many areas. Nevertheless, through dedicated efforts in teaching and finding the post-training job opportunities, the college has achieved a high employment rate for its graduates. To date, the school has been able to cover approximately 45% of its operating expenses, and the college has proposed that the province invest more in improving its facilities and modern teaching equipment, particularly in the fields of prioritized for local development.
Ladies and gentlemen, for many private business, the fear of criminal liability has been grew, especially when the line between civil violations and criminal prosecution remain blurry. However, a turning point has arrived with the issuance of Resolution number 68 by the Politburo, who clearly commit to no criminalizations of the economic civil relations.
Currently, the private sector contributes 50% of Vietnam's GDP and provides 82% of jobs. Despite this, it faces numerous challenges, legal obstacles being among the most pressing. Many businesses operate under constant anxiety about potential criminal charges. Some entrepreneurs have ever hesitated to spend, fearing that growing too fast could bring legal risks. Resolution number 68 states very clearly and decisively that economic relations will not be criminalized. It also limits the frequency of inspections and orders on businesses. According to the resolution, companies are to be inspected only once a year, unless there are signs of violations. This is a crucial measure because many businesses hesitate to grow. The larger and more complex their operations, the higher the legal risks they may face. Resolution number 68 mandates revisions to relevant legal frameworks to ensure that when handling civil or economic violations, authorities should prioritize civil, economic, or administrative measures. It gives businesses and entrepreneurs the opportunity to rectify their mistakes and compensate for damages on their own initiative. Not criminalizing economic issues encourages businesses and entrepreneurs to broadly pursue investment and ventures. Business failure is a risk, but entrepreneurs should have the opportunity to recover and rebuild. The fear of criminal charges reversely robs people of second chance. This trend instills strong motivation for them to rise and thrive. The resolution specifically outlines changes that protect ownership rights and legitimate business operations. Most importantly, it prevents criminalization of non-criminal economic relations. This represents a major step in perception and mindset, both in how society views private enterprises and how the party and state acknowledge the private sector as a key driver of the economy. The principle of non-criminalization of economic relations is not only a legal safeguard, it is a foundation of trust. It gives entrepreneurs the confidence to move forward, to innovate and to grow. With renewed trust, Vietnam's private sector can expect to see leading enterprises emerge, driving momentum across the entire economy.
And in the first 4 months of 2025, the nearly 14,000 tons of customers in the province, such as the policy credit allowance from the Bank for Social Policies, with a total disbursement of over 626 billion Vietnam dong. Since the beginning of the year, the policy credit capital has played a vital role in socio-economic development and has helped attract and support employment for more than 4,600 workers, enable over 600 disadvantaged students to obtain the study loans, facilitated the construction of nearly 17,000 rural clean water and sanitation facilities, and supported the building of a social housing units. In 2025, the Bank for Social Policies, in collaboration with the local associations and mass organizations, has implemented a range of coordinated measures, and these include promoting awareness and effectively implementing the government's new credit policies, as well as politically posting comprehensive information on the preferential lending programs for the poor household, near poor household, and other eligible groups at the commune, wards, and town offices.
In an effort to create eco-friendly products, Ms. Huyen Lê Minter, a specialist from the Department of Science and Technology, has researched and developed items made from water hyacinth. She has created a variety of products such as coaster, pen holders, and bowls from this aquatic plant. Her process involves finely rinsing the water hyacinth and roasting it with various herbs to produce natural coloring. The mixture is then ground again into fire powder and blended with adhesive for molding. After slapping, the products are dried and coated with a termite and mold-resistant solution to ensure durability. With this project, to won first prize in the 2025 Rural Youth Startup Contest organized by the Provincial Youth Union.
Ladies and gentlemen, from land one suitable for only one corn crop a year, many households in Buôn Chor Camille, Crono district, Đắk Nông province, has boldly transitioned to fruit cultivation. Thanks to consistent investment and years of perseverance, this improved productive plenty. They are now enjoying fruitful harvest and have lived themselves out of poverty.
In this day, Missy Latin of orchards in the young hamlet of Buôn Chor commune is bursting with the ripe privileges, and after the first harvest, about 3 tons remain on her 2.5-hectare farm. Just 5 years ago, these were barren rocky land, and with scorching sun and limited water, her family could only grow corn during the rainy season. The soil here is full of the rock, so it's very hard to grow vegetables while removing the weeds is also exhausted. So my family decided to switch to fruit trees, and it turns out they adapt well to this terrain. About 1 kilometer away, Mr. Hoàng Văn Đăng is harvesting nearly 500 Hương Chi longan trees, and these fruit-laden trees have taken root in what was once thought to be land fit only for corn or short-term crops during the rainy season. Compared to the beans or other crops, the longan is better. The investment isn't too high, about 30 to 40 million Vietnam dong per hectare annually, so it's manageable, and I can to expand the orchards to meet market demand. In the past, the rocky hills here were only used for the corn and short-term crops, and though it was tough, many households boldly shifted to fruit tree, and they converted corn and bean fields into the lychee and longan orchards, and installed the drip irrigation system and seen the high economic returns. In recent years, the once volcanic terrain of Crono has begun producing high-quality fruits with impressive yields and a sweet, appealing flavor. And these successes have inspired the local farmers to further invest and restructure their crop system, not only improving the livelihoods but also laying the groundwork for agricultural tourism development in the region.
Turn to domestic news. The audience. On the afternoon of May 14, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Vietnam, in collaboration with the South Korean embassies in Vietnam, have a mid-career conference to discuss measures to boost trade and investment between the two countries. The event marked the 10th anniversary of the Vietnam-Korea Free Trade Agreement, and aligns with Vietnam's ambitions to achieve breakthrough growth and transition into progress new era.
The Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Bùi Thanh Sơn highlighted the Vietnamese government's appreciation for the South Korean businesses, especially their set to work the high-tech industry, energy, finance, and quality services. He affirmed the Vietnam's commitment to creating a transparent and favorable investment environment, resolving the challenges and supporting a long-term, stable foreign investment. Participants exchanged the views and ideas to deepen the bilateral cooperation under the spirit of mutual benefit and shared prosperity. Discussion also addressed opportunities and challenges in leveraging the Vietnam-South Korea Comprehensive Strategic Partnership and focusing on innovation, high-tech digital transformation, green and circular economies, semiconductors, renewable energy, biotechnology, and 5G and smart cities.
Tax authorities across Vietnam have issued nearly 61,500 temporary excise bans on individuals and organizations that have not fulfilled their tax obligations, with total outstanding tax debt exceeding 83 trillion Vietnam dong. Among these, over 36,600 taxpayers have abandoned their registered business addresses, owing more than 13.4 trillion Vietnam dong. This information was announced during the signing ceremony of a coordination agreement between the General Department of Taxation, Ministry of Finance, and the Immigration Department, Ministry of Public Security, to strengthen and provide excise ban information electronically. Instead of using traditional paper documents, authorities will now send notifications electronically, saving time, reduce costs, and improving process accuracy. The tax sector is also working with the banking system in the state treasury to automatically automatically update taxpayers' payment status. This will allow the prompt removal of excess payments once tax obligations are fulfilled. On the morning of May 14, the Ministry of Health provided an update of COVID-19 situation following reports of the virus re-emerging in several Asian countries. In Vietnam, the number of COVID-19 cases has slightly increased over the past 3 weeks, averaging around 20 cases per week, with no severe cases reported. Although no major outbreaks have been detected, the ministry wanted the number of infections could continue to rise due to increased travel and gatherings during the April 30th and May 1st holiday period. Since the beginning of the year, Vietnam has recorded 148 scattered cases across 27 provinces and cities, with no fatalities. Additionally, 19 other localities reported between 1 and 2 cases each.
Ladies and gentlemen, Australian mangoes in Cam Lam District, Khanh Hoa Province, have long been a local specialties that have people push their economy. However, decision prices have been falling sharply, causing significant losses for many farmers.
On these days, the atmosphere at Australian mango orchards in Cam Lam District is much gloomier compared to previous seasons. Currently, the price of mangoes ranges from just 1,000 to 4,000 Vietnam per kilogram. Meanwhile, costs for fertilizers, pesticides, and labor for care and harvesting remain high. In addition to low prices, farmers also face difficulties in selling as traders continuously push prices down. Mr. Võ Xuân Heng's family owns 1.9 hectares of Australian mangoes with an estimated yield of about 4 tons. We have people will produce clean mangoes and create a brand. We want agencies to support us to establish a vegan model so that our mangoes can be sold at higher prices. For Australian mangoes, some factories and workshops have been set up to dry mangoes and make processed mango products. However, consumption is still low. In the future, we hope to have more channels to sell Australian mango products. Currently, about 1,800 tons of Australian mangoes in Cam Lam District have not been sold. In response to this issue, Cam Lam District Business Committee and Khanh Hoa Farmers Union have businesses will assist in selling mangoes through supermarket system, retail outlets like Bách Hóa Xanh, and wholesale markets nationwide.
And today, TTV News wraps up now. Thank you for your attention and see you in the next program.